Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the two-time ranking event winner, Barry Hawkins. The five-time champion of the world, the Rocket, Ronnie O'Sullivan.
Good evening, Hazel, and what a reception both players got. And fair play, Ken, to Barry Hawkins, coming out, hand in the air.
It's fantastic.
He's got a mountain to climb, but he's not apologised for coming in this arena tonight.
Absolutely not. And why should he? A big smile on his face.
Thank you, thank you.
And what a roar he got from his army of fans up there in the corner.
Frame 9, Barry Hawkins to break.
Free. Finding it hard to control the crowd. What an atmosphere. This is what it's all about, John.
Yes, the
Quiet down now, please.
final
Thank
night at any of our major tournaments. If you've never been to one, buy a ticket. You're going to love the atmosphere. There's nothing like it.
Not with the players on the table. Thank you.
It's going to be such a tall order for Barry Hawkins. He's got Terry Griffiths in his corner. And of course, he'll be feeding them words of encouragement. Trying to keep the positive thoughts in the mind, but it's very difficult, isn't it, when you're playing against someone who's playing at the highest standard, John, you know? It's very, very hard to stop.
Yeah, as John Parrott said at the top of the show, Barry will just be coming out, and all he can do at the moment is just play for pride and take one shot at a time. I know it's an old cliche, but it applies here. First chance.
One.
Played it that pacey because he knew, or thought he was going to run into other reds. So I thought if I play it with pace, I'll be able to run through them, but he didn't hit much, and that's why he's finished near the baulk cushion. Just a safety shot to play.
Barry Hawkins, 1.
He's tried to cover the pathway down the left-hand side of the table, but I think he's just left a gap for Ronnie at the outside of this red. We've seen that happen a few times this week, hasn't it? And particularly down that side of the table. It's almost like the ball has drifted slightly.
Yeah, I was just going to say exactly the same thing. We saw Sean Murphy, the defending champion in his opening match concede a frame by 3 misses, but Barry not having it replaced at the moment because he thinks there's a possible pot on. But now he's decided to have it put back. And then down that same side, Mark Allen in the quarter-final, he did exactly the same, missed it twice, got a warning, but then made certainly hit it on the 3rd occasion.
Yeah. Neil Robertson as well on that same side, so let's have a bird's eye view of it here. Let's see if the white drifts slightly to the left. Oh, perfect there, and the good thing about that is, as far as the frame goes, it brings the black into play.
Yeah, whoever can win the safety exchange now, as you say, Ken, with the black in the open, it'll be a good chance. Gotta catch this then if he's going to play down the left-hand side of the table. The right-hand side of the table is a bit congested. Don't see her. Is there a skate down the right-hand side of the table? Have to be very precise. No, just playing the containing safety. A little short of pace, but that yellow is going to be hampering Barry somewhat. Oh, and that considered, what a superb shot this is. Very well played.
Chance of the red, but very difficult to find the path back to ball care. There is a gap. Well, he might be able to miss the reds with a lot of the left-hand side. No, he tried to find a gap and it was very difficult.
Bramble.
That's the name of the game, snooker. And they don't come much better than that.
Foul and a miss. Barry Hawkins
Wow,
full.
a little bit short of pace, but what a fantastic effort. He's left a very possible chance here. Red into left corner. He's got to go through the gap of the reds again. Yeah, he's found the gap and he's going to be on the yellow. I mean, there's a lovely angle here. If he wishes to pot the yellow off the side cushion and may go into the pack of reds with the pink and try and bring the pink into play if he wants.
Barry Hawkins won.
Well, he was probably concentrating on the position there, and that's maybe just took his eye off the yellow.
Barry Hawkins.
Well, that was
6.
a little unlucky. Knocking the pink in. Barry, of course, having missed the yellow, was a little bit fortunate not to leave Ronnie a pot on, but that won't do Barry's confidence any good, missing that yellow. He needs to be at the top of his game this evening if he's going to get anything out of this match. Where's the cue ball going?
Foul. Ronnie O'Sullivan 4.
Nice pot. Was hoping for a little cannon on that green, so it'd be on the blue for the right centre, but he's got a tricky pot to this left centre. But the cue ball will be going up towards the reds.
Couldn't have cued that green much better. Looking at that, the pink's out of commission. So is the black. So do well, Ronnie, here to make this a sizable contribution. The way they are at the moment.
Yeah, I'd love to get the blue back on its own spot. A little bit straight on it. I'm just wondering, can he get down on that red? The 3 reds that to the right of the pink. The bottom one pots into this bottom right-hand corner pocket. Could use that at some stage to dislodge the other 2, but obviously
8.
not on this occasion. It's perfect
9.
for the blue now. It was a lovely shot.
Thank you.
Very difficult to generate the amount
15.
of top spinning required to get back up for the blue. So I think that'll be end of break. It was always going to be a very difficult ask to make any sizable contribution, as I said at the time. Where's the cue ball going? Oh! Well, now it's safe. If it had gone in, this would have been a lot easier for Barry. This game, as we always say, all about fractions. Needs the blue to come to his rescue here. I think it has, but there's a red in the middle of the table that's possible. Yeah, lovely, right in the heart of the pocket. His long potting this week has been as good as it's been for quite a while.
Yeah, I'm not seeing it better. I mean, sometimes I said this afternoon that over the years it has been his Achilles heel, but this week he's been on top form with his long pot success.
Yeah, I think that's about right, 65%, because a lot of the times they play long pots, they're playing as them as shots for nothing. Every other department of the game, I'm looking for 90% or above pot success, and likewise. Well, can he get this safe? Oh, yeah, he judged it well. And there in the audience there is Hayley Turner. Retired, I can't believe it. And with her, Les Barton, great follower of snooker, goes to all the tournaments. Great friend of Ronnie's and all the snooker players. Why did you do it? One of the great jockeys, believe me, I've ever seen, lady jockey. Ooh, that was very thick, and he'll be lucky not to leave anything here. That was a long, long way away from the pot there. Well, I'm certain Ronnie was convinced he was going to hit that red. It was going to hit one at this top end of the table, and he misjudged it. And even Ronnie can see the funny side of that one. Looked like he was playing hard match snooker, but he expected that red to career into another one. Once it didn't, it was back up the table, and it's a nice, easy starter.
One. Ping pong. Seven. Eight.
Didn't want that little kiss on the red. It's just knocked it into a
14.
safer position. Still got this red with the rest.
Thank you. 15.
Can he? It'll be difficult to get on his next red. Yeah, he had to put a lot of pace into it. Tried to screw it in off the side cushion, and that
Hawkins,
was quite
15.
a difficult shot. It's only that red that he knocked safe, John. If he hadn't knocked it safe, he could have stunned that pink in and got on that red, couldn't
Yeah.
he?
And of course, that type of pink, when you're 7-1 behind, all the more difficult.
One.
But Ronnie's not made the best job of that shot. Just a fraction too hard to bounce off the side cushion.
Ronnie O'Sullivan, 7.
A little bit like the first frame of the match. Very scrappy. Barry Hawkins, in the end, won it. And of course, that was the only frame he's got on the scoreboard so far. But he won't mind if it's a scrappy frame. Good tap on the tail from Ronnie. It was a good safety, but there's a possible pot on here. Well, didn't attempt it. And you can see the reason why. Excellent safety.
Just coming off the side cushion, trying to lay on this red on the top cushion, but he's got to be careful. He's going to be leaving a pot on up into the green pocket if Ronnie wishes to take it on. The red just below the pink into the left pots, but Ronnie again looks like he's refusing it. It's certainly a sign, John, you know, with some of the shots that he has refused, that he certainly kept his focus, Ronnie. Okay, he's 7-1 ahead, but he certainly kept his focus. He's trying to keep the pressure on his opponent without pushing the boat out.
Yeah, absolutely. Taking nothing for granted. This red goes. Once again, much too thick. If you're going to miss those, you've got to miss them too thin. Hit them too thick. That cue ball will not go past the blue area, and you'll leave a chance. Well, not the best positional shot. Didn't want that cue ball so close to the side cushion.
Five.
Made it look easy. Scores are now level. Still not a straightforward run to the winning line, though.
11.
Well, if you can play the pink here off a couple of cushions, try and get close to that yellow one. Although it's on the left-hand side, it's not a problem for Ronnie being able to use the left hand, but he's come a bit wide of the mark where he wanted to be, so
18.
just a safety shot now. There's such a big target, that brown and blue, and indeed the green
Ronnie
for a
O'Sullivan,
snooker.
18.
So it's the age-old problem. No problem hitting the yellow. Got to get it safe. Now, is that safe? Will he take it on? Doesn't look like. You always look at this type of shot. Is the safety easier than the pot? That's what he's considering. Well, decided that he didn't want to take the pot on, but that's not the best safety. Chance for Barry if he can knock this yellow in.
Just a couple of inches off that side cushion, it would have been perfect for Barry. Oh, so much tougher off the side cushion, and he's open up the
Hawkins, 2.
brown and blue.
Stop calling out, please.
As you said, John, talk about fractions of the game. Another inch or two off that side cushion and he would have been perfect. It wasn't straightforward for Ronnie. Played it as a shot to nothing and he's got the snooker.
Where's this green going? Well, the only hope for
Thank
Barry
you.
that it's dead straight. if it isn't. No, there's a slight angle, so just has to pot it to be on the brown. This brown to go 18 points in front with 18 remaining. Well, the chances are coming thick and fast for Barry Hawkins. Can he take this last one? He needs the 4 remaining colours. Needs a bit of help from the blue or the pink, and he's had none. I don't think he'll get another chance this frame now.
Four.
Not perfect on the blue.
No, I don't even think he can attempt the double either. Will he attempt to cut into the right corner? He doesn't want to knock the blue off the side cushion and onto the top cushion near the black, because Barry will bring that black into play. So
Ronnie O'Sullivan, 4.
Well, it's been an amazing frame. That's the quality of snooker we've seen so far in this tournament and in this match. Chances not being taken by both players at the moment. And that's a very good shot from Barry. Remember, if he pots the 3 remaining balls, he'll take us to a re-spotted black. And Ronnie can only just get to the edge of this. He's looked to see if he can get to the top cushion first, but I'm not certain he can get enough in behind the blue here. Well, he did manage to leave distance between cue ball and object ball.
looks very straight, doesn't it? Oh, so difficult to try and get potted as well as get the cue ball close to this pink. Surprised you didn't say where's the cue ball going there, John.
Trying to stun off the side cushion
Hawkins,
and get him
5.
behind the black. He wants that pink to slow up. He's left the pot on, but whether Ronnie would take it on or not, it's risky. No, just the safety.
For all the barrage of breaks that we've seen during the match, but these are so exciting, these type of frames, John.
They are, and it goes without saying how important this is for Barry Hawkins.
Well, it's a good safety shot, but the only problem is, has he left the double? I'm not quite sure what it's on.
Longest frame of the match, this one. The second longest frame was the first frame of the match. Oh, this looks a good length. Oh, super shot from Ronnie. Got to hit it, got to get it safe. Well, you'd think Ronnie would take this on. This. For the frame. Oh! Where's it going? Oh, no! You cannot believe it.
Ronnie
It
O'Sullivan.
never ceases to amaze you at this game. When you don't need to look, you get it. What a fluke. All the effort that was put in that frame by both players, and it ends like that. Ronnie O'Sullivan hangs his head in shame. But when he looks at the scoreboard, he won't mind. He's 7 clear, 8-1.
Thank you. Settle down quickly, please. Frame 10. Ronnie O'Sullivan to break.
Yes, and that's what they're playing for. That beautiful Waterford Crystal Trophy. And of course, should Ronnie O'Sullivan win tonight, John, it emulates what the great Stephen Hendry did, 6 Masters titles.
Yeah, I think we all accept the way that Ronnie plays, the ability he has. All the records are there for the taking as far as he's concerned, if he's prepared to dedicate himself to it.
A couple of other interesting spectators in the front row. Gem Archer, former guitarist from Oasis, and Andy Goldstein, former presenter at Talk Sport. Only joking, Andy. Very keen, avid snooker fans, of course, always make an appearance down here at the Alexander Palace.
1.
Well, there's worse nudges you could have.
Six. 7. Put that camera away, please.
It's always interesting to see how Ronnie O'Sullivan goes about making a break. I mean, his priority, he'll be thinking now, How can I get on a red to get the black on its spot? He spotted this one, so obviously the black will go in the opposite corner to this red.
$13. $20. $21.
We're a little bit disappointed, just overhit that slightly, played for the blue in the middle, who played in the corner.
$26.
That will annoy him. All them little rubs are going Ronnie's way at the moment. Don't know if Barry can just get past this brown to play the pot on this red. Wouldn't have to do anything if he pots it. Bound to be on the black, but don't think he can. No, I'm to play the safety. And if it runs as it's heading, well, but for the kiss on the brown, it would have been very good. But he's left Ronnie here a long straight red, and he's knocked a few of these in this week.
What a shot. What a shot. It's not only the pot, it's the control as well, isn't it? And how sweet he cued that long red. Absolutely beautiful.
9.
Yeah, and the thing is, when you strike the ball that well, you don't have to hit it particularly hard, you know, and that's what he does. He gets right through the cue ball and gets an immediate reaction.
14.
And that's what annoys him, of course, when his last visit, when he misses an easy red. He thinks he shouldn't miss anything.
15.
But he's only human, after all.
$22. 23.
Getting very close to the point of no return in this frame for Barry Hawkins. 56 points and counting.
30. 31.
You made the point, John. It's also it's
37.
like his shot time, Ronnie's shot time. It's only 15 seconds per shot now.
Yeah, early on in this match, it was down to 13. I can only think of Tony Drago, who was ever had that sort of average shot time. Well, he needs a red and a colour. He doesn't want to overthink this. In the end, he just
38.
bit the bullet, really. He didn't want to knock the red safe on the cushion, but he knew just by dropping that red in, it'd be nicely on the pink. Pink's all he needs. In it goes. 70 points for lead. 67 remaining. Another frame. But Barry Hawkins
44.
won't be winning.
45. $51. 52. 59.
Put this red, leave a nice angle on the pink so he can dislodge the red that he knocked safe a
60.
few shots ago. Ooh. Almost.
66.
Well, nearly a lucky 15. But it didn't matter. The frame was well and truly over before that. And apart from the misread, which he didn't leave anything, didn't do a lot wrong that frame. And now he's just one frame away from his 6th Masters title.
Settle down, please. Thanks, buddy. Thank you. Frame 11. Barry Hawkins to break.
Well, we said at the start of the evening he's playing for pride. I think now he'd love to get us to the mid-session interval, and to do that, he'll have to win the next 2 frames. Barry getting up off the shot. Someone shouts in an opportune moment. But when he came out tonight, and we remarked on it, how he embraced the reception he got, and that's tough to do when you're so far behind.
Absolutely. I think you called it right. You're just, it's a sense of pride that you want to get a few frames on the board. It's happened to me. I know exactly how he feels. I mean, Ronnie, great shot.
Ronnie beat me in the UK final one year.
And it was 10-1, and I was just happy to get 1 frame. But that's the situation you're at. you do get a little bit embarrassed out there, and I hope he doesn't, because he's played magnificently all week. But he'd certainly bring the house down if he did get his first frame on the board tonight.
Another excellent safety shot this from Ronnie. Air of desperation about that one. I didn't see where the colour was going to come from if he potted the red. Well, nothing at this end of the table, so he's going to have to play the straight blue. Tried to force the cue ball through the reds, but good pot on the blue needed. And dropped. Super cueing.
Six. Seven. Twelve. Thirteen.
Cleverly playing the black, and in potting the black he can just nudge this red away from the black. Make the black available into both corner pockets. Got such a quick thinking snooker brain.
20.
A genius at work, John. That's all you can say.
21.
And the magnitude of this achievement as well is even greater. The fact that his last tournament on the television was back in April at the World Championship, 8.5 months ago.
28.
It's quite incredible.
29.
Yeah, and I was talking earlier on about Barry Hawkins just
36.
playing for pride, but I think that's what motivates Ronnie, his pride in performance. That's what keeps him going, that's what enables him, if you like, to come back after a long layoff.
37.
He just wants to show people how well he can play the game, and he gets very disappointed, and some of his interviews afterwards are a bit downbeat, but because he's trying so hard to show people how he can play. And when he's at the top of his game, which he'll tell you that he hasn't been
44.
this week, he is unbelievable. The greatest player ever. And we're here
45.
to witness it.
51.
I remember a reporter coming up to me once at the World Championship after he'd had the year out and he came back and won it, and he said, what do you think all the other players will think about the fact that he can have a year out and come back and win it? I said, well, they've just got to appreciate that they're in the era of a genius.
Absolutely.
And it's a fact.
58.
And most importantly, of course, great to see him back. Just wanting one more red
64.
and a colour. You feel for Barry. Put up that great performance against Judd Trump.
55.
He'll be disappointed the way he's played. He's had chances today. But that's frame and match ball, surely.
Yeah. Sixth Masters trophy. What a performance. You just have to admire it. And I'm sure Barry will admire it as well in a way.
74.
75. He'd love to top and tail this with a century. Believe me, he will try hard to get the ton here. Oh, but not quite. Barry Hawkins will come out of his chair, shake the hand of Ronnie O'Sullivan, say well played. Ronnie will be sympathetic for Barry, who has not played his best today. But Ronnie O'Sullivan, winning the sixth title, proved once again that when he gets his cue out of the case, he is the man to be. 6 times Masters champion, and he wins the Dafabet Masters by 10 frames to 1. Brilliant!
Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for both of our finalists tonight. And Barry, if I can grab a quick word with you. Barry, you always seem to meet this man in finals when he's coming back from a very long sabbatical. To quote Jimmy White, he must be beginning to annoy you now, yeah?
Yeah, I wish he retired, to be fair. No, I'm so disappointed in my performance today, to be fair, and I didn't give Ronnie a game at all, and I just said to him there, if he thought he was queuing around corners the other day, he should have felt my arm today, because I was all over the place. I didn't feel like I could put a ball in the end, so yeah, it's just the way it goes sometimes, and a bit disappointing, really.
Barry, how difficult was it to follow up that wonderful performance against Judd Trump yesterday? 3 centuries and 2 70s in there, and you come out into this final. It was a very big occasion for you. You got a lot to reflect on. It's the first time you've actually got past the first round. What are the positives you will take away from this week?
Yeah, if someone said to me I'd have got to the final at the start of the week and played Ronnie in the final, then I'd have ripped their arm off probably. But when you get to the final, you want to perform, and it's hard to take positives at the moment because I'm just a bit disappointed the way I performed today. But I played well most of the week, so I'm sure I'll look back at it and think, yeah, I've done well. So yeah, there you go. It's just one of them things.
It is indeed. Barry Hawkins, thank you very much. Well played. Ronnie O'Sullivan, champion of the Masters once again for a 6th time. And I tell you what, after 8 months away, and I know the perfectionist you are, even you must be really chuffed in that performance today.
Yeah, I'm over the moon, you know. I watched Barry play in his semi-final against Judd Trump, and I just thought, you know, I knew I needed to raise my level and play like I did against Selby. And today I was able to do that, and I just think I just managed to manage my emotions well, you know, such a big occasion against someone that I knew was in form, so I'm delighted that I've been able to play as well as I have done today.
Well, you were really down on yourself yesterday in the interview when you came into the studio last night, but I just wonder what's made the difference today. Dr. Steve Peters arrived here this morning, and did that help you?
well, having him here put pressure on me because I had to behave myself, you know. So no, you know, I just kind of, he just mentioned a couple of things to me, and I was just like, you know, he's right. You know, I knew I just had to just focus on playing each ball and just getting involved in the match, and I was able to do that today. And it was just a shame Barry just never, you know, if he'd have played like he did in the semis, then we could have had a you know, a brilliant match. But you know, I'm just well done to Barry, you know, because he had another great tournament.
8 months away, Ronnie. How surprised are you to be standing here as a champion?
Yeah, I'm never normally surprised that I win tournaments. You know, I'm surprised that I'm surprised that I've won my first one back after 8 months. But you know, I still think, you know, if I can produce some form, it doesn't matter how much time you take out. You know, you still have the talent and the game there. So it's just about producing it on you know, when it matters. And I was able to do it this week.
Well, you're now level with the great Stephen Hendry on 6 Masters titles. He's a couple ahead of you in the world titles. And I just wonder, what sort of motivation is it still to keep chasing that now?
I mean, this is just a week, so you can kind of like manage to keep your form it's easier to keep your form for a week, but for 17 days, you know, that's a grind, you know. But you know, I'll give it a go and we'll see what happens.
What's the schedule now? Because I know a lot of people watching will want to know: is this you back on the circuit? Is this you back for the rest of the season? What are your plans?
Yeah, well, I'll play in most of the UK events and, you know, the European events and take it from there, really, you know, and yeah, just play whatever you fancy, really. There's so many tournaments these days, you've got the option to pick and choose, which is great now, you know. We used to only have 6 tournaments, and you've got 36 tournaments, so it's great to have the choices, you know.
Ladies and gentlemen, the incredible Rocket, Ronnie O'Sullivan.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your presentation party. Barry Hearn, Chairman of World Snooker, John Crucis, Head of Sponsorship at Dafabet, and the 1984 Masters champion, the whirlwind Jimmy White. The runner-up receiving the silver medal and a cheque for £90,000. What a run to the final it was for Barry Hawkins. And the winner, receiving a cheque for £200,000, the trophy and the title, 2016 Dafabet Masters champion, Ronnie O'Sullivan. Your champion, Ronnie O'Sullivan.